I'd like to call the meeting to order for the Joint Land Use Board for Thursday, January 28th to order. Okay, good evening. The reorganization meeting to be followed by the regular meeting of the Joint Land Use Board for Thursday, January 28th, 2021 is called to order. I wish to announce that the Open Public Meeting Law, known as the Sunshine Law of 1975, has been complied with. The notice of this meeting was advertised at our special newspapers were notified. Copies are placed on the bulletin board. Everyone please rise for the flag salute. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, the republic for which stands one nation, under God, liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, swearing in of members.
Okay, so we have 6 members. We have Mayor Richard Roach Jr., Craig Wales, Councilwoman Linda Hess, Patricia Shapoli, Walter Lankowski, and Heather Protek to be sworn in this evening as members of the Joint Land Use Board. So what I would ask, if you all could raise your right hand.
Okay.
And what I think for ease, I think that I will do them because we have different classes of members. So let me just do them by class. It'll be quick. It's just really 3 classes that we have to join in. So, Mayor, if you could repeat after me.
Sure.
I, Richard E. Roach Jr.
I, Richard E. Roach Jr.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
Perform all the duties of the office of the Class 1 Joint Land Use Board member.
Perform all the duties of the office of the Class 1 Joint Land Use Board member.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mayor.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay. And then the next class member is Class 2 of the Joint Land Use Board, and I would ask that Greg Wells, if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Okay.
Okay. I, Craig Wells.
I, Craig Wells.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
That I will impartially.
I will faithfully, impartially, and justly. Perform all the duties.
Perform all the duties.
Of the office of Class 2 Joint Land Use Board member.
Of Class 2 Joint Land Use member.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Greg.
Thank you.
Okay, if I could ask Councilwoman Linda Hess, if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Okay.
Okay, I, Linda Hess.
I, Linda Hess.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
Perform all the duties.
Perform all the duties.
Of the office of Class 3 Joint Land Use Board.
Of the office of Class 3 Joint Land Use Board.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I would ask now Patricia Shapoli and Walt Lankowski, if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and then say your name.
I,
do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly
swear or affirm.
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
That I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly.
Perform all the duties.
Perform all the
duties.
Of the office of a Class 4 Joint Land Use Board member.
Perform all the duties of a Class 4 Joint Land Use member.
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Okay, and then we have Heather Pertick, if you could. Is she here?
Yes.
Okay. So, yes?
It's Nancy,
Okay.
and her name is pronounced Brodish.
Brodish? Okay. Okay, if you could repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Heather Brodish,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the office of alternate Joint Land Use Board member
of the office of alternate Joint Land Use Board member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Well, welcome aboard, Heather.
Thank you.
Okay, let's hold our members together. Nancy, can I have a roll call?
Sure. Mayor Roach.
Here.
Councilwoman Hess. Here. Mr. Wells.
Here.
Mr. Vandergrift.
Here.
Ms. Jackson.
Here.
Ms. Fitzpatrick.
Here.
Mr. Poley.
Here.
Mr. Dawson.
Here.
Ms. DiDomenico. Here. Ms. Brodish.
Here.
Mr. Linkowski.
Here. Okay, next I'd like to make a nomination for Kathleen McGill-Gaskell, Esquire, for Board Solicitor for our Land Use Board. Do I have a second?
Who made the motion? Pat?
I did. Walter.
Who said aye?
Pat.
Pat?
No, Walter first, Pat second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Can I have a roll call?
Mayor Roach.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vandergrift.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Mr. Poley.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Mr. Linkowski.
Yes. Next, I'd like to make a nomination.
If I could, Chair, if I could just say, it really has been a pleasure to serve with the board over the past several years, and I look forward to another year. And I thank you very much for this appointment. It is very much appreciated.
We appreciate you too,
Kate.
Kathleen.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Okay. Next on the agenda, I'd like to nominate Environmental Resolutions Incorporated for Board Engineer, as recommended by the Mayor and Council, for a Joint Land Use Board. I made the motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
Can I have a roll call?
Mayor Roach.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vandergrift.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Mr. Poley.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Mr. Linkowski.
Yes.
Just wanted
Next
to,
is nomination.
I'm sorry. I just want to thank you, everyone. It is an honor and pleasure to serve you all again this year. And it's been a lot of years, and I never take our relationship for granted. I really enjoy working with all of you, and really hoping that everyone has the best 2021. It's been a rough year for a lot of people.
Thanks, Jeff. Right back at you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day we'll be able to see you in person.
That would be nice.
Be nice.
That would be nice. All of you. We'll all have a nice celebration, hopefully.
Okay,
Sounds
next
good.
we have a nomination for chairperson.
I nominate Walter.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Nancy, can I have a roll call,
Any other
please?
nominations?
Any? All right.
All right, no other nominations. I'll do a roll call. Mayor Roach.
Okay.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vandergrift.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Ms. Tripoli.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lankowski.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for your vote of confidence. Okay, next we have nominations for vice chairman. If I'll have it, I'd like to nominate Craig Wells as vice chair.
Second.
Any other
Any
nominations?
other? Okay. Any other nominations? No? Okay. Do we have a roll call?
Mayor Roach.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vandergrift.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Ms. Tripoli.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lankowski.
Yes. Next is nominations for secretary. I'm sure everyone's agreed. I'd like to ask Nancy DiMenico to be our secretary again for this year.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'll second.
it wouldn't hurt.
I'll first.
Thanks, everybody. Mayor Roach.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Oh, wait, any other nominations?
No.
Okay, Mayor Roach.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Correct. Mr. Vandergrift.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Ms. Tripoli.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lankowski.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. You do a great job. Next, could I have the approval of the meeting dates and times, locations for the year 2021?
If you notice on the papers I sent out, November and December are in bold. That's because they are not on the fourth Thursday due to holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, anybody going to make that motion?
Sure, I'll make the motion to approve the meeting minutes, times, and locations for the year 2021.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Roach.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Yes.
Mr. Vandergrift.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Mr. Tripoli.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson.
Yes.
Mr. Lankowski.
Yes. Okay, next is our regular meeting. Did I have an approval for the minutes of December 17th, 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Roach.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Wells.
Abstain.
Mr. Vandergrift.
Yes.
Ms. Jackson,
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick,
Abstain.
Ms. Tripoli,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson,
Yes.
Mr. Lankowski.
Yes. Next on our agenda, could I have the motion to approve the zoning report for 2020?
So moved.
Second.
Do I have a second?
Ms. Goffin.
Can I have a roll call, Nancy?
Mayor Roach,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess,
Yes.
Mr. Wells,
Yes.
Mr. Vandergrift,
Yes.
Ms. Jackson,
Yes.
Ms. Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Ms. Tripoli,
Yes.
Mr. Dawson,
Yes.
Mr. Lankowski.
Yes. Next, I'd like to open the meeting to the public. If anyone from the public has decided to join in our conference call, I ask that you state your, give us your name and your address and state your concern. Is anyone out there from the public tonight?
Yeah, Diane Viteri, 637 Fifth Avenue. Last night at the council meeting, I asked a question if there was a business economic development board, and I was told no. So my question to you is, how many new businesses came before you last year, and do you conduct any activities to help encourage businesses to locate to Lindenwold?
We handle variances and land use. We don't. We're not in the business of advertising. We approve variances and site plans and stuff like that. We don't actually. We vote on that stuff. We don't actually solicit businesses to come to a thing. We're a planning board.
Okay, so I have another question then. What areas of Lindenwold are designated for the redevelopment and the opportunity zone? Is it just Arborwood, or is there going to be other areas?
That's a question for Mayor and Council.
I can never get any answers, even as council. I'm trying.
This is not a council meeting. Do you have any concerns with the planning board?
I understand.
The
That's why I'm
council
trying
would direct.
This is not a council meeting. You'll have to call a council meeting and ask that question.
Council would direct this board to undertake such a thing, and they haven't at this time. That direction comes from Borough Council to the Planning Board for a redevelopment study to begin, so to speak.
Okay.
Does that make sense? This is a quasi-judicial board. We render decisions based under the zoning ordinances and state laws and all other applicable codes. We judge applications and zoning variances and the like. It's not a marketing function. It's a quasi-judicial board.
Every avenue that I can to try to get an answer.
Oh, I understand. We understand that. But unfortunately, that's not really this board's jurisdiction, so to speak.
Okay. Does anyone else from the public wish to speak?
Yes, my name is Talib Henderson, 236 Amen Ave. I just had a question on what is the process of getting elected of one of the board members? And
there are appointments by the mayor and council. You'll have to go to a meeting to address that issue.
Okay. Would it be like on the website or anything?
It's not an elected position. It's not an elected position.
I didn't hear you. Say it again, please.
It's not an elected position.
But I would, sir, my name is Kate Gaskell. I'm the solicitor for the board. If you have an interest in serving, then you should write the council and let them know about that. And that's how people get on the board. They express an interest, and then council will select the members that will sit on the board. So if you have an interest, you should let that be known.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, is there anyone else from the public who wishes to speak tonight?
Yeah, this is Diane again at 637 Fifth Avenue. As to what the solicitor was just saying, I've sent my resume in, and no one even gets back to me whether it's good, it's bad, it's accepted, there's an opening, nothing. Nobody tells you anything.
Well, there aren't a lot of openings, so we do have members that have stayed on for a couple of terms. So I just, again, would just say if you have an interest, you should go through the right channels and put together a resume and talk to your council member.
I did all that. I did
okay,
all that.
Well,
there are no openings at this time, Kate. 9 members, 2 alternates. We're full.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to speak?
Yes, I just have one last quick question. This is Tyler Henderson. Is there any openings on the Park and Rec?
This is not Park and Rec. This is Joint Land Use Board. You'd have to get in touch with the borough clerk or mayor and council. We wouldn't have answers. This is the Joint Land Use Board.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Have a great night.
Okay, if there's any more questions from the public?
Yeah, Walt, earlier you mentioned that items are posted on the bulletin board in the borough.
Name for the record.
Sure, Trevor Shaw. You mentioned that items are posted on the bulletin board in Borough Hall, but Borough Hall is closed to the public.
Address for the record, please.
Corner of Wilson and Norcross, Nancy.
Thank you.
You mentioned things being posted on the bulletin board at Borough Hall, but Borough Hall has been closed for quite some time. What accommodations are you making to keep the public notified of whatever's being posted on that bulletin board?
It's on the website.
Okay, we've noticed that a lot of areas of the website really aren't filled out, but we'll check up on that. Thank you. And just one last question. Is the mayor actually in attendance of this meeting tonight?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's
I just noticed that you kept deferring a lot of the questions that were asked of the mayor to a different meeting, but he is actually at this meeting. I just wanted to clarify that.
Listen, this is a land use board. We're not here to debate rather than volunteer. We are here to take care of land use business tonight. I really would like to stick to the point of order. That's not our area. Okay, all the
Thank
people
you, sir, for the clarification.
Volunteers, and I can't waste their time with questions I can't answer. Okay, is anyone else like to speak to the public on land use issues? I'm going to close the public portion of the meeting. Can I have a motion for adjournment?
Second.
All right. Thank you everybody for your patience.